Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Spellbinder doing the weekly newsletter, abbreviated now, thanks to YouTube. I lost my extended time, so I have to abbreviate everything. This is compiled by G. Edward Griffin with the News Scouts of his from the Reality Zone and the Unfiltered News for April 28th through May 4th, 2012. And this is how it goes this week with the comic strip. Obama using his May Day, Commie Day, forward! And all the peasants, us. Anyways, on to the headlines. U.S. leaked Army document contains shocking plan for prison camps in the U.S. Citizens and PSYOP program to re-educate political activists. The UN and Red Cross are named as partners with the federal government. InfoWars, May 4th. Yeah, they're starting up the re-education camps. Sounds like something out of Red Dawn or something out of the Soviet Union. Anyways, California college student was left in a DEA federal detention cell for 5 days without food and water with his own urine to drink. Sick. He suffered from kidney failure and dehydration and is now suing for $20 million. Well, I hope he gets it, because I don't know how they can forget somebody in a cell. The DEA says his treatment was a mistake. Yeah, the guys are just about like these torturing groups, KBR and stuff. Yahoo, May 4th. Russia threatens to strike U.S. NATO missile defense installations if construction continues. This is no small matter. The diplomats are shocked at the confrontational tone of this threat. Washington Times, May 3rd. Oh yeah, they feel threatened, wouldn't you, if you've seen this a government going around the world and starting up wars and taking resources in the name of Israel? Yeah, and the banksters and the corporates. Yeah, that's what that's all up to. Middle East, Israel wants to own it all. U.S. The Republican National Committee has threatened to block Nevada delegates to nominating convention this summer if they support Ron Paul. That's right. Thus, the shame of political parties is exposed once again as those at the top show contempt for the grassroots. Raw story, May 3rd. In other words, the GOP thinks they know what's good for you, and they will select your candidate for you, which is Mittens. Problem is, I don't think Mittens can beat Obama, because, like I said, Mittens' history goes all the way back to his born. Obama just goes back 4 years. So whatever he can come up dirt on Mittens during his business things they did in the past will all come up out of the skeleton closet. Well, Obama paid $2 million to have his sealed at the time he was sworn in. U.S. While the world is rapidly coming to realize that global warming is politically motivated, Defense Secretary Leon Panetta attempts to keep the myth alive by declaring that global warming is a national security threat. Examiner, May 3rd. That's right. He's going along with Al Gore and the rest. He says it's a security threat. We gotta do something about it. How you control something called the sun and climate and I mean, like I said, wait until 2013 when everything starts cooling down and they're going to have a different tune saying, oh, well, we got to have money because the carbon's causing us to go in an ice age. You just wait and see if they pull crap like that, and they will. Bolivian President Evo Morales celebrated the communist holiday, May Day, by nationalizing in the large energy company in Bolivia. Yeah, he just took over the business and said, that's all, it belongs to our government now. Business Insider, March 2nd. Pesticide exposure, even at low levels, is linked to changes in brain structure and lowered intelligence. All part of dumbing us down, so we'll be more subservient to the kings and princes that want to be again in a world of corporate banksters. Natural Society, May 2nd. Oh, Kansas. Human genes have been engineered into GMO rice grown in test fields and are likely to contaminate natural rice. The stated purpose of this experiment is to cause rice to create pharmaceutical drugs. Of course. Natural News, May 2nd. No, it's going to contaminate everything. We'll be eating drugs then that we're not even supposed to have. Crazies. Monsanto's crazed. World leader in decommissioning nuclear reactors says there is no technology for the fuel debris extraction required at Fukushima. You know what that means. The outpouring of radiation will continue until such technology is invented. How long that will take is unknown. E&E News, May 2nd. Human Society for the U.S. uses only 1% of donations towards helping animals. That's right. The rest is funneled into lawyers, lobbyists, and its pension fund, of course. PPJ gets that May 1st. That's right. People think about that. You're giving money to the Humane Society. Just remember, only 1% of that is only going to the actual animals, and the rest is going to people's pockets. That's what all these organizations are about. They make you feel sorry about these animals, and then when you give them money, and they just pocket the money and go, well, we better give a little bit to show that we're doing something. Video, even progressives, meaning left-wing collectivists. Rachel Maddow is becoming a Ron Paul fan because of his strategy to gain the majority of delegates behind the scenes and acquiring power from the inside. This is exactly what G. Edward Griffin has established as the strategy of Freedom Force. See his presentation, the video, An Ideal Whose Time Has Come. YouTube, May 1st. A video, Ron Paul is winning the majority of delegates in Alaska, Colorado, Iowa, Louisiana, Minnesota, Missouri, and Washington, and is projected to win the majority of delegates in Maine and Nevada. The mainstream media does not report on this and is ignoring the large turnouts of his speeches, And there are thousands coming to him and hundreds going to Mittens. Feast your eyes on these massive crowds all across America. Ronnie falls far short of this level of support. Send this to your he can't win friends and see what they say then. Ron Paul's winning. They just have been mainstream media brainwashed. YouTube, May 1st. Here's something that happened. More FBI trying to say, we're doing something, and then they're creating it. Problem, reaction, solution. Ohio FBI foils another terrorist plot that the FBI planned, controlled, and supplied with phony explosives. MSNBC, May 1st. That's why they, up in Cleveland, they tuck these dupes into, they're anarchists, and they talk them into going blowing up a bridge, give them these fake explosives, and then they rush in there and arrest them all and say, look, we caught terrorists. We can keep our jobs. Albuquerque, New Mexico, America's 32nd largest city, discontinues adding fluoride to its municipal water. Natural News, May 1st. Good thing, Albuquerque's smart. They won't be dumbed down anymore. 9 genetically modified foods to avoid eating, and 1 GMO fiber to avoid wearing. Natural News, May 1st. And I bet that's GMO cotton. You shouldn't wear it. It's probably what's causing... I heard one time, a few years ago, that was calling Magellan's disease. Video. Witness to the RFK assassination say that there was more than one shot or shooter, and that the FBI twisted her testimony to make it appear that Sirhan acted alone. Yahoo, April 30th. White House says drone attacks on foreign countries are consistent with international law because the U.S. is at war and drone attacks are acts of self-defense. Really? And they're at war. Who? Obama's war? It wasn't Congress. Congress never said the okay in any of this. Reuters, April 30th. Video, Ron Paul, advocate for free market economy, debates monetary policy with Professor Paul Krugman, advocate of a controlled economy. Bonus issues. Ron Paul's views about saying in the Republican race for the president and whether he would support Romney. Bayou Walk, April 30th. Check that out. Alrighty. Obama's science advisor and depopulation advocate, John Holden, wants to stop global warming, which is a myth anyways, with geoengineering, which means spraying toxic chemicals into the stratosphere, creating what is known as chemtrails. Occupy corporatism, April 30th. They're already doing that. I guess this is a way of introducing it out in the open for everyone. University of Pittsburgh study shows that monkeys had autism-like reactions when vaccinated with the measles, mumps, rubella, MMR vaccine and other vaccines containing thimerosal mercury. None of these symptoms appeared in the unvaccinated control group. Truth, April 29th. Now you know what they're doing to your children. As soon as they're born, start pumping them with vaccines. Japan, 119 out of 132 people, 90%, 0.1, tested in the Iwate prefecture had significant levels of radioactive calcium in their urine. Many observers believe that the cancer time bomb will soon explode. Fukushima Daily, 29th April. Something to keep an article. U.S. The FBI recruits would-be terrorists and orchestrates their attacks against American targets. Then they arrest those men at the last minute so they can prove to American people that, one, there are terrorist plots all over the place, in your bedroom and everything, in the closet, and two, the government's anti-terrorist programs are necessary and effective. Finally, people are catching on to the fact that this is not a homeland security but public opinion engineering. New York Times, April 28th. New study reveals that prostate cancer surgery has little or no benefit in extending the lives of patients. That's because surgery removes the tumor and not the cause of the tumor. Read World Without Cancer by G. Edward Griffin, Daily Mail, April 28th. That's right. They're not trying to find the cause, they're just treating it. Because they don't make money if they tell you what the cause is and you stop doing whatever it is that causes it. Anyways, La Cruces, New Mexico. Drivers who fail to pay red light tickets generated by remote cameras could have their utilities shut off. Well, that's an interesting Nazi-Russian thing. The city says it needs the money to pay for the cameras. Well, get rid of the cameras. They must cost too much. Daily Mail, April 28. U.S. Department of Labor withdraws plans to forbid children from working on their parents' farms due to public outcry against the proposal. Daily Caller, April 28. That was madness, saying that their children can't help you on the farm. I mean, how are they going to be the next generation farmer if they're not learning? U.S. Department of Defense confirms that Russian troops have been invited to train in Colorado for terror drills. This has raised concern over the possibility that foreign mercenaries could be called in if American soldiers refuse to fight against U.S. citizens. InfoWars, April 28. That's exactly what it is. They're going to bring in foreign troops when our troops won't do it. But our troops will just have to get on our side and we'll be standing side by side to fight against the foreign enemies. California, San Onofre nuclear plant is offline due to worn-out tubes that leak nuclear steam in January. The Edison Power Company will retain Scripps Institute to study the safety of San Onofre, which sits near an earthquake fault line. LA Times, April 28. Why do they always put these near earthquake fault lines? Danish pig farmer stopped feeding his herd GMO soy and noticed a marked reduction in animal birth defects, death from bloated and diarrhea, and decreased birth rates. And they keep telling us that GMO crops are totally safe. GM Watch, April 28th. Let's see, House of Numbers. Here is a documentary that challenges the common view of HIV and AIDS. I'm about to go through this. I'm running out of time. Again, like I said, screw tube screwed me this time. An important paper. Former Federal Reserve attorney explains banks do not lend their own money or even money from depositors, but merely creates new money as a bookkeeping entry. They do this by converting a promise to pay into a checkbook money and then loaning it to the borrower. This fact lies at the center of the controversy over banks foreclosing and mortgages when, in fact, they never lent any of their money in the first place. They never did. It wasn't their money. You will want to be informed on the issue. Unfiltered News, May 3rd. Video. Michael Murphy and meteorologist Scott Stevens explain why chemtrails are being used for weather control. Very interesting article. YouTube, May 3rd. Another article. Mike Adams, the health ranger, says vaccines have been based on medical fraud for over 100 years. This is an excellent summary of the evidence in support of his statement. Natural News. Well, I'm going to have to get off of here. I'll just kind of go through this. That you look at, see what they're doing. Architects and engineers solved the mystery of Building 7's imploded, despite that there was no planes that hit it, and I don't got time to talk about it. I have any time. That's it. That's the end of the articles anyways. Until next time, this is Spellbinder saying be good at it, and have a wonderful weekend. And I hope I get my time back, YouTube.